Oh, since we live, since we live in an age of communication, the last age was of information. If you knew more, you could, you had a strategic advantage, which may be true today also, but now it's more about how you communicate. So this age is considered to be the age of communications, preceding the age of information, not knowledge, not knowledge, but information. So when we have so much amount of information about so many things, we are not able to prioritize. There's so much amount of tragedy in Israel and Gaza, in Ukraine, people committing suicides out of poverty in India, China. There's so many tragedies here in North America, opioid, and it's also a suicide when you go for heavily for drugs, and more people going for shrooms and pot is already legal. So these things tend to sort of are supposed to be what de-stresses you. There's so much amount of information that is communicated to us that it creates a disconnect inside us, leading to stress. Oh, what will happen if this will happen? Sometimes people will call and say, oh, is there a third world war and this and that, and how are we going to be protecting ourselves? And Canada is going down and this is going down and that's going up, and we will move from here to there. A lot of well-to-do people even left Canada in the last 2 years that I know. Some families wanted to avoid the sexual education of children. Some wanted to felt that this country was not the same. Some people moved to Portugal. Two, three that I know moved, and it's all know that Canada has now too much amount of stress. And someone from Italy called me. Oh, I could not handle Canada. There was too much amount of stress here, which may be true, which may not be true, because it is comparative. But all this stress is born, of course, in our head. And there's so much amount of stress that people are using the services of psychiatrists more and more. It used to be, I would say, non-prestigious to be seeing a psychiatrist like me. It means that you're off. Now it's, oh, you can afford a psychiatrist. That means that you're doing well. So it's a different take right now. And people are even rich people, well-to-do people, are not able to afford or don't want to be paying $150, $200. So sometimes they are calling places like Ukraine and Russia, and I know few of them. And the Russian psychiatrists, etc., are charging $15, $50, which is good for them and good for these people. But are these people getting cured of their phobias, which is based on stress? Not really. Psychology is the art of seeking that everything is sexual, everything is a trauma. You are either a victim, you are either a perpetrator, or you have the savior complex, and you call everything complex. And of course, everything is about low self-esteem, which is the plague, because there's so much amount of information and communication. People compare so much that they end up comparing ourselves to. I've seen kids comparing themselves and wanting to be influenced. If only my nose was right, and if I would take cool selfies, and I would have a cool life. And these influencers who have the art of looking so cool and relaxed in their photographs are really very stressed how to increase their fan base, which translates to customer base, which translates to more money. So they are more concerned about money than that's their all their urge to be cool. So in this, and the kids are really stressed because they have to be cool, otherwise it's just not worth living. I've seen such instances also. So in this world, which is going slightly sideways, how do we manage stress? Do we go to a psychiatrist and the psychiatrist, why is it that they are not successful? They keep on creating and revisiting the trauma and proving to you, no, you are not a victim. You have to change your role, which may be good. But at the end of the day, you're still dealing with the trauma like a trauma and you're trying to win over this. This happened in my life and now you're winning it over. And you have declared a war on a part of your life or something that had happened. And maybe you will win, maybe you won't. But who is it that you're winning? Who is it that you're fighting? The people in the trauma or something that happened 20, 30, 40 years ago and you're a prisoner of. So that is why psychiatry, which is focused on healing you of the trauma, is always going around the trauma of something that has happened and you consider it to be a tragedy. It is that trauma which has made you a victim and now it has made you a perpetuate the chain and all that. These things do not really end up always well. Psychiatrists themselves have a uh, high rate of suicide, and I've seen 19-year-olds saying, I have got this certificate of life coaching. Now I can teach you about living. Okay. And their template of reaction is something based on how to manage money, how to manage your money, not their money, and how to manage your life, not their life. And people want to help and buy into it so much. Yeah, for $500 on the internet, you get a certificate life coach. And then you can go around to people and telling them, I'm going to teach you how to live. And it's something like in multiple level marketing. So people want to be addressing other people's stress points and avoid their own in a way. The solution of a seeker in times of stress. And I have a very, very simple life in which there are lots of layoffs and relationship ups and downs. And 1 year I had 6 layoffs. And my wife once of 35 years, a couple of times she left me to live with our elder daughter, fortunately, not with someone else, but came back. But no guarantees about that. So how do we manage a life in which there are so many ups and downs? Closing eyes, just focus in the center of the forehead, see a screen, and see the events in your life that you think are your trauma points. And there are psychiatrists who have proven that even when we are born, we are already traumatized because the trauma of stepping into a cold, harsh world from the warmth of the mother's stomach is itself a trauma that is supposed to be accompanying us throughout the life. So we can't avoid trauma. So start seeing your trauma. Now everyone will have trauma in those parts of the life where things are changing. Everyone will have something 7 to 8 in the family. Everyone will have something around 13, 11 to 13. Everyone will have when puberty to 17 to 18 and a half. 21st when you have to declare your independence. And so on. Every 4.5 years or 7 years, everyone will have some sort of a trauma. Some sort of a change in reality, which we think of as trauma. And something, my mother didn't love me. My father didn't love me. Yeah, hello. Where are you located? So you are all going to be seeing in the screen of your traumas, because our intent is to evolve, and we are already connected at a level of heart as a group to see the trauma that makes you the most upset. And now the key word is Ishwar Pradhan. Ishwar is God, and Pradhan means primary, but it also means focusing on that which is infinite. You stop focusing on your finite self, and you see an ocean of unconditional, infinite love in your heart. Because you're not this finite body, you're not this thinking style, neither are you're the thoughts in your head. You're the infinity of ocean in your heart. You started off by seeing traumas in your life, and now you focus on the infinity. The head carries your past memories, and your heart carries who you are, your infinity of love. Focusing on the infinity of love in the heart, in this ocean of your heart, just like a river, when it gets to the ocean, dissolves in it, you surrender to the infinity of love in your heart. You surrender and you dissolve your body, mind, and intellect, understanding that the water of the river and the water of the ocean are essentially the same. You are on your journey, and when you reach the end point, there is no change. You are still water, but instead of being limited by two banks, left and right banks, now you are an infinity of love in your heart with no barriers, the sun above, and you're free. All the things that you thought were traumas were blessings in disguise that you had requested as the director, as the screenwriter of your own script of life. You had requested these ups and downs to make your life interesting. And now, as the ocean, your heart opens up completely. You smile at yourself for the foolishness of being stressed. This will happen, that will happen. Because now you trust God, universe, your life. Whatever you cannot change is your karma. Whatever you can change, you change. Guided by the universe. See yourself not as a name, face, person with thoughts and a style of thinking, which is in the head. See yourself as infinity of ocean in the heart, without any barriers, without any traumas. Cool and fully satisfied with your life. And in the ocean of your life, go to the deepest part of the heart of the ocean and feel the mantra. Om Namo Shivaya. Surrender to God all your pain and dissolve it in the ocean of your heart. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo. Dissolve all your anger, seeing every incident in your life as a blessing. Om Namo Shivaya. Dissolve all your judgment. This was good and bad. When you say something is good, means something is bad. But in the universe, everything is perfect. So dissolve your judgments. Om Namo Shivaya. Dissolving your judgment of good and bad, you are able to see everything and everyone as a blessing. Om Namo Shivaya. From the heart, offering the mantra and your openness of the heart as an ocean to all your ancestors. Om Namo Shivaya. To your parents, mother and father, male and female energy, Mother Earth and Father Sun. Om Namo Shivaya. To all your teachers who have hurt you and made you spiritual. Om Namo Shivaya. To all the society, anyone who has played any part in any life. Om Namo Shivaya. Dissolve all your judgments, dissolve all your pain, anger, rather resulting pain, anger. When there is no judgment, there is no good or bad. When there is no good or bad, there can be no pain because there is nothing bad to give you pain. Om Namo Shiva. Offering gratitude to the Creator, the ocean of which you are a river, and which is the same water as you. Om Namo Shiva. See yourself as the ocean and dissolve any block that you might be having. I want this, I want that, so that you're fully satisfied with your life as it is right now. Oh. Have a shining heart. The center of the ocean is a shining heart. Oh. Namo Shiva. Total silence. Bless yourself. See yourself from now on surrendering to God, and the only judgment you have is if this needs to be happening, then it's the grace of God. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino, Sarve Shantu Niraman, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyat Dukha. And Catherine is asking for her uncle Eldon who's died. Om Trambakam Sugandhim Pushtiyardhanam Murva Ruknan Mrityur Mukshim Amritam. Om Trambakam Sugandhim Pushtiyardhanam Murva. Let it flow not from you but through you. Om Trambakam Sugandhim Pushtiyardhanam Murva Ruknan Mrityur Mukshim Amritam. Om Trambakam Sugandhim Pushtiyardhanam Murva Ruknan Mrityur Mukshim Amritam. And to each one individually. Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Boris, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Carolyn. Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Catherine, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, G, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Galia uh, and children. Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, G, Om no, and daughter, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Hal, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Laura, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Cat, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Luba, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Marina, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Dean, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Paras, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Om Namo Shai, Preeti, Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Hari Om, Om Tat, Hari Om. Om Trembakam Yajamhe, Sugandhim Pushtivardanam, Urvarukshan Mrityurmukshaimamritam. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukham, Sarve Shantu Niramayan, Sarve Bhatani Pashyantu Ma Kasyat Tikte. Breathe in white light and exude from your heart love, light, and laughter to everyone on the planet. And in the course of this, spreading love, light, and laughter from your heart, you will let go of all stress and heaviness inside you, so that you pure good and light. Om Namo Shivaya, 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 Om Shanti 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 Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti, Hari Om, Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Till tomorrow 6 p.m. Om Trembakam Yajamhe.